Jiangzi is concerned about his financial situation. His last hope is the magical domain. He transmigrated to Earth 10 years ago and was adopted by a caring family. At that time, mysterious magical domain gates emerged, and the monsters that appeared from them caused chaos on the planet. His adoptive parents died, leaving him and his adoptive sister alone. Humans decided to enter the gates and learn to defend themselves. They fought back successfully and drove the monsters away. A short time later, an association was formed, and the fighters were divided into 5 levels. They also assigned ranks to the talents of the awakened people. Jiangzi wants to awaken an A-rank talent to pass through the domain gates. Feng, his adoptive sister, greets him at the door when he returns home. Feng departs to study at a friend's house. When the countdown on his watch reaches 0, he enters the magical domain. A guardian fairy welcomes him, and he requests that his identity remain hidden. He registers himself as Ashura. He checks his talents and wishes for an A rank. Surprisingly, he awakens an SSS-Rank summoning arts talent. Ashura is ecstatic since the guardian fairy claimed that SSS-Rank talents could only be found in legends. When he looks at his talent, it is truly amazing. He can summon any monster he kills in the same exact form. He receives the fairy's best wishes. As soon as he entered the domain, other newbies also entered. People from the association welcome them. Unexpectedly, a man announces his A-rank talent, while others are dismayed to receive low-ranking talents. They are warned by the instructors to value their lives and that murders can occur here. Ashura registers, lists a D-rank talent, and chooses an arrow and a bow as his weapons. Ashura stayed behind to hone his weapon as other hunters started looking for monsters. He eventually reaches level 4 of archery with an accuracy rate of 80%. He then starts looking for monsters. Hunters are being chased by a lava tortoise, but Ashura distracts the monster, and it chases him. He then lures it to the domain altar, where a tower attacks it. He hits it with a death blow, killing it. He gains a low-level demon soul orb and the ability to summon a lava tortoise. He cheerfully petted his first summoned creature. Hunters are being attacked by monsters, and Ashura rides the lava tortoise into the scene. Ashura boasts in front of the others before leaving. They believe they can also control the monsters as well. When they attack the violent hare, the monster goes into berserk mode and calls more violent hares. While sightseeing, Ashura comes across the hunter team he previously met. They tell him to run, and Ashura sees the violent hares pursuing them. He evades the attack and makes the lava tortoise attack the hares. Its attack shocked Ashura because it did a lot of damage. The lava tortoise suddenly goes berserk when the vicious hares attack it. The lava tortoise strikes back while Ashura fires arrows. The lava tortoise is attacked by the berserker hare, and Ashura attacks the hare back. The lava tortoise level increases as he plans to cancel the summon. The final violent hare is killed by the lava tortoise. Ashura acquires 3 demon orbs and calls forth 3 violent hares. The next day, the newbies are ordered to gather back at the altar. Back at the altar, Liu Yuing is introduced to lead the rookies in the raid to kill the boss, Umbra Wolf. Ashura wonders if he can subdue the boss. Later when they set out, Ashura planned to hide his ability. Yuning takes down the monsters in her path with speed. She is among the best awakened who possessed S-rank talent. In the middle of a dense fog, they come across the Umbra Wolf. The wolf attacks Yuing with great speed. She avoids it and then attacks it, killing it right away. She instructs the rookies to go back to the stone gates. The boss suddenly regenerates, and Yuning claims that it is still early. An elite Umbra Wolf appears. Everyone becomes terrified, and Yuning tells them to flee, but Ashura is concerned. Yuning fights the new boss monster, but she deals little damage. She is inflicted with bleeding after the wolf's quick attack. Despite her worries, she keeps fighting. Ashura turns to look behind him, believing he can tame the Umbra Wolf. The Umbra Wolf still has half of its HP, and Yuning is on the verge of losing. She takes a ton of damage from the Umbra Wolf. Just as she is going to get killed, arrows strike the Umbra Wolf. The wolf is distracted by Ashura. Yuing urges him to flee, but Ashura distracts the wolf instead. The wolf got lured into a different location, and Ashura summoned his monsters. Yuing rushes to stop the bleeding so Ashura can be saved. Just then, she was healed by her companions, who scolded her for going up against an elite boss monster alone. She orders them to help a rookie who lured the boss away. In the meantime, the Umbra Wolf is being attacked by Ashura's monsters. The lava tortoise inflicts significant damage on it, but it goes berserk and attacks all of Ashura's monsters. A violent hare leveled up just then, but the other two were killed by the Umbra wolf. Despite Ashura's concerns, the wolf is killed when the lava tortoise knocks it to the ground. Ashura receives a drop and gains the ability to summon the Umbra wolf. When Yu Yang's party arrives, Ashura has already left the area. The following day, Zhang Feng offers to assist Zhang He with their financial problems, but Zhang Zi advises her to concentrate on her studies instead. Zhang Zi returns to school and is relieved to find that there will be nearly enough money for his sister's operation. Yu Ying then appears, looking for the newbie who aided her. Ashura doesn't say anything, but Wang Yang then shows up and claims to have seen Ashura go missing during the escape. Later that afternoon, as a side job, he cleans the gym and overhears the fifth strongest student in school getting a 507 on the dynamometer. Zhang Zi hits the dynamometer and gets 497. He returns to the magic domain and summons the Umbra wolf. They go after lava tortoises and violent hares. He built a monster army an hour later. He then hears hunters shouting for help. Wang Yang and his companions are being pursued by kidnappers, so they can demand a ransom in the real world. The pursuers had them cornered, but they were hit by an arrow. When Ashura appears, they attempt to attack him, but Ashura flees. He led them to a dead end and summoned his monster army. The kidnappers are surprised and attempt to flee. Just then, the Umbra wolf appears and Ashura declares that they will be killed right there. The Umbra wolf begins to attack them, and the rest of the monsters quickly follow. They were all killed, and Ashura looted their bodies. He then goes to the second-floor entrance, where Wang Yang promises him payment, which he declines. He leaves, and he gains fans. Ashura comes to the second floor and chooses to explore on his own. He looks through the monsters in the book and is suddenly attacked by a venom spider. He summons his monsters and kills the venom spider, but he loses 2 violent hares. At least he has acquired a stronger monster. He walks on, and this time he is attacked by vampire bats. He summons all of his monsters, but the vampire bats heal themselves by sucking the blood of his summons. He summons the venom spider, which helps slow the bats. He instructs his summons to attack, and they successfully defeat the vampire bats. He lost many monsters, but he now has 2 vampire bats. Meanwhile, a group of hunters is charging others a fee to join them in their fight against the boss monster. Others protest, but Ashura stands forward and pays them. They step inside and meet the party's captain. They then face off against the sky-swallowing toad. The captain begins attacking, reducing the boss' health by 1/3. The toad attempts to counter but fails. The captain advances again, and Ashura seizes the opportunity to kill the toad. He shoots an arrow at its eyes, infuriating the toad. The captain becomes enraged and waits for the toad to burn Ashura to death. They mock him, and Ashura summons his monsters, shocking the audience. The venom weakened the toad, and Ashura delivered the death blow. While he collects the rare orbs, the party creeps behind him. They threaten him, and the captain attacks his summons. Just then, a disguised administrator appears, and everything comes to a standstill. He recorded everything and intended to report the party's wrongdoings. The captain chuckles and warns him that he will not be given the chance. Everyone is encircling Ashura and the administrator. They strike, and the administrator defends himself. He notifies them that his comrade is approaching and requests that they surrender. Suddenly, a member buffs the captain, and he begins attacking. The administrator uses magic to fight back, but it is ineffective. The captain strikes them with his blazing fists, but the attack is blocked by a lava tortoise. Ashura urges the administration to leave things to him. Ashura tells him not to panic, and then a thick fog appears. He calls the Umbra wolf, and the sky-swallowing toad appears as well. When they witnessed 2 bosses, the opponents panicked. When the captain attacks, Ashura orders the 2 boss monsters to counterattack. The toad is overwhelmed, so Ashura uses a berserk talisman. When he uses it on the Umbra wolf, it goes berserk. The captain becomes terrified and attempts to flee, but Ashura declares that it is too late. The Umbra wolf closes the distance and mercilessly attacks the captain. He collapsed and died on his knees. His team flees in horror, but Umbra wolf slaughters them. Ashura gathers their drops and discovers a pass to the death zone. It's his first time hearing about that place. The administrator tries to recruit him. Ashura declines, but the administrator gives his contact information in case he changes his mind. The administrator advises Ashura not to misuse his skills for criminal purposes. Ashura assures him that he doesn't have to be worried. When Ashura reaches the third floor, he learns that goblins dwell there. Zhang returns home and realizes that Xiao Feng has gone missing. He checks his phone and discovers that he has missed calls from Zhang Pang. Zhang Pang states that he must visit the Yunding Club because Zhang Feng is in danger. Zhang walks into the club and realizes Zhang Feng is working there. He overtakes the guards and enters the club. In the meantime, Zhang Feng is compelled to drink alongside Wu Tangxing. Another female tries to take her place, but she is pushed away. Zhang Feng is in danger and Zhang Zi has come. They warn Zhang Zi that they belong to the Tangxing faction, a powerful group in Jiangbei. Zhang Zi takes the credit card and tosses it at Wu Tangxing. Suddenly, a man catches the card. Wu Tangxing directs his men to attack Zhang Zi. Lady Zhang suddenly appears and stops them. She intends to embarrass Wu Tangxing. She tells him to return to Jiangbei if he continues to harass her people. The audience then collectively agreed with her. Wu Tangxing mocks them and announces that he will abduct Zhang Feng. Lady Zhang attacks him, but the man protecting Wu Tangxing knocks her away. He turns out to be Chen Feng, an SSS-Rank fighter. They attempt to take Zhang Feng, but Zhang Zi saves her. They are impressed with Zhang Zi's quickness. Both fighters introduce themselves. Chen Feng requests that they share notes because they are in the same grade, but Zhang Zi refuses. Zhang Zi kicks a bottle that has been thrown at him. They struggle and appear to be on equal footing, but Zhang Zi accelerates and overpowers Chen Feng. Zhang Zi provoked Chen Feng after he fractured his arm. He then challenges Zhang Zi to a national martial arts competition. Everyone yells at Chen Feng and Wu Tangxing as they flee. Zhang Zi attempts to bring Zhang Feng home, but Lady Zhang invites them to her office first. Lady Zhang rewards him with money but tries to refuse. Lady Zhang's explanation about Wu Tangxing's notoriety Zhang Feng urges him to accept, and he does so. Lady Zhang sincerely thanks him once more before they leave. What will be the next adventures of our overpowered MC? If you like this video, make sure to give us a like and subscribe to the channel. See you next time.